Hey, how's it going? So it looks like I have to do this super fast because I'm running out of storage space. Look at my signs, please, before I start. Okay, so I pulled two cards. One was from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, these guys, and it was number 19, Falling Angel, and the subtitle is Spiritual Narcolepsy. So what the card talks about is, or the guidebook talks about, is you risk being seduced by the beauty and comfort of your situation while you're flying, I guess, losing track of your aspirations, your wings. So actually, I think the flying bit is a metaphor for having a high vibration, which is optimal, is what you want. But yesterday I pulled a card that's skywriting card, and it has a bird person type looking figure in it. Different deck though. Well, no, it's not a different deck, just different card. But that person, yesterday in the reading, their wings were tattered and didn't really look, I wasn't confident that they were going to hold them up. And what I understood that to mean was, as like a self-worth thing. Like, you have to be confident enough to get out there and fly and maintain yourself, and that requires certain things like confidence and self-worth, which come with I guess you could have a high or low vibration, so I'll just leave that part that I was going to say out. But today on this card there's a similar theme, because it also, the spiritual narcolepsy is like, I think, just being so like up your own butt, really. Like, you're not like being negative necessarily, but, and you have like a high vibration, but then you start to go off the track because it becomes all about you, and it's like superficial instead of, having the high vibration, like, to share and make use of for everyone in some way. So, again, with the wings, they start to fail when you lose sight of your mission. I guess if you're in heaven, even this can happen. Like, you're in heaven. Like, what do you got to worry about? But I guess there's some things in your head that just gnaw away, even if you're an angel, and cause you to make bad choices. So I'm going to put that aside. And the second card I pulled was from the... Ooh, come here. Ooh, I didn't want you to do that. Wild Unknown Spirit deck. And this is the guidebook. But that's basically the box too. So, and you just need the name. That is why I'm showing it to you. Anyway, I pulled a tiger, and it's a white tiger. And I know that this, I think, is like a Siberian tiger, a white Siberian. I think so. And it's a fire animal. And I just for some reason decided to look up the spiritual significance of these, and it's a lot. They I'll probably have to put it in the information box, but they have to do with like strength, like most big cats on a tarot card of any variety, they're gonna signify strength, but they also signify awakening, and they are white, and their stripes are actually not black, they're brown. And those are like our shadow aspects. There's like so much stuff. Like, if you have noticed, I will look something up and it'll be like a million things that will be, what is the word? Attributed to like whatever it is I'm looking up. So this is like tiny text, the whole screen of the phone filled, and you still got to scroll to read all of it. So I will break it down in the information section, but it's like feminine energy of sensuality, sexuality, aggression, like a lot of stuff, a lot of spiritual stuff. And it also talked about, interestingly, the shade of its camouflage being white and brown is particularly useful to them at dawn and dusk times in Asia. And the definition I found talked about Asian white tigers, or Chinese in particular. And I forgot what I was going to say. Shoot, I can't remember now. I don't want to waste time because it's going to run out here. And I will add way more information in the box. But before I started watching this, I watched a Cryon, and I may link that. I don't have anything to make a note on. There we go. And so he was talking about the self-worth, but it's like, it all kind of came together, especially with the flying, because flying is not, especially like without a plane, it's not the safest pursuit, I wouldn't think. And so, what is this, greasy or something? Probably. But you do need like confidence, and that comes from self-worth, to keep yourself aloft. You know, if there's like a body-crushing distance between you and the ground, and you suddenly lose your ability to stay aloft, well, you better think fast. You better become the human projectile and find some other way to, like, fly. But that's what life is, right? Like, it's constantly a crapshoot. It's constantly changing on you, because you're shifting all the time. And everything is also shifting. That's why it works. And when I say works, I'm talking about messes you all up, like you're going along thinking things are great, flying, thinking you're doing all good, and then maybe it becomes about you, and it's like, that's not why you're there, and you start to plummet. And just like this tiger, there's so much to keep track of, like what you say, what you think, what tone you say it in, who you say it to. How, it's like, there's a lot of things besides those to keep track of, like, to be healthy. Like, what do you put in your body, how much, when. I watched it's probably gonna cut me off, but I watched a video today about medicine gatherers in Canada, First Nations people, and it's just so interesting to me that in nature everything exists that our bodies need to keep us alive, healthy, and safe, and whatever else. And we instead use all these, we build chemicals instead of just finding the actual ones in nature. And everything we put in our body, it's kind of like whatever we are putting out can affect the outside world, like what we're saying, and even what we're thinking, and what we do. What we put in has tremendous effects on us in a lot of the same ways, because food has energy, food has souls, like PETA stuff, like cows and horses and cats and dogs, like they look at you and they are conscious of you, you're conscious of each other. Even plants. I mean, in, I believe, the 70s, I heard a news item on, I think it was Paul Harvey, that my mom used to listen to on the radio every morning. And one of the items was about interacting with your plants, like talking to them. And that was all they talked about. But you can talk to them, sing to them, play them music, like put them in a, if you put them in a different place, it can be better or worse for them. So also people, they're not so different from us. They have souls. So, I guess, what was I getting to there? Like, what we're putting into ourselves also affects what we put out. Because, think about it this way, like alcohol or heroin or cocaine. Cocaine makes you act really freaking stupid. So, I mean, if you don't put in stuff with that vibration and that energy, that soul, then you're gonna digest it, and it's just gonna be a whole better thing. And yeah, it's a lot to keep track of. So I don't know how that ties into the flying, but I guess I do, because if you think of an airplane, there's a lot of systems that have to be all running right and well at the same time, and that's like also your body. And you can't just put any kind of junk in an airplane gas tank either. So why, we know this though. Like, I was just gonna say, why would you put junk in yourself if you know it's junk? That's complicated. I think we all know that. I don't think I need to explain it to anybody that's going to be watching this. I think that you'll be at the point where you're like understanding those things. At least to the degree that you comprehend that you understand what it means to feed your body the temple well, and then you have the resulting well body. If you drink and you just eat cake all the time, you're not going to be healthy. You got to have a myriad of things. Like they talk about in food education, like as many colors you can eat is good. So I'm just wandering now, but I just saw, oh God, did I forget? Eat as many colors as you can. Oh, something about eating. I can't remember that either. And I'm going to go. I know it's short and incomplete kind of, but I'm going to go so it doesn't cut me off. But I think what I wanted to say about this, the morning and the evening camouflage, the reason why it's so functional is because that's when they hunt. And the background could be a sort of tropical landscape, morning or evening, kind of polluted looking too, though. Like, kitty, go away from that area. It doesn't look healthy. So more about Kitty and all of the magnificent powers and things it's got going on. And I guess I'll just talk till it cuts me off. I'll say thank you and good night quick before it does that. It's important that I saw the native dancer in this because, like I said, they have important knowledge. If you watch anything about them on YouTube, you'll see the older persons sort of lamenting the disinterest of the youth of learning their culture and traditions and ceremonies, and like leaving the tribal areas and westernizing, Caucasianizing, or like just going out of their culture and not knowing these important basics and knowledge. And basics sound simple and dumb, but when you think of it on the same lines as those people out collecting the medicine, and the fact that everything exists growing or somehow on this earth already, that we don't have to make artificial chemicals and things for medicine and food, but we do for some reason. It's so backwards and kind of wrong. So I'm going to stop right there and just say that we're alien. The world is alien. And all of the stuff that's important, like the war and the fighting and the stuff that divides us, made up stories, artificial, manufactured, we don't even really need it. I don't know. I mean, we collectively build a world for us to live in and experience stuff, and that's why. But we, I think, need to go back to basics and learn from the indigenous people all over the world who have kept a bond with the earth and the earth energy. Okay, now I'm going to stop, but I will have more to say in the information box. Thank you and good night. There may not be more videos after this. I don't know. I might have to delete a bunch of videos to make space. I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, thanks. Bye.